Today I'm talking about Clara Bow, who died on the 27th of September 1965 at the age of 60. Clara Bow was an American actress. She was born as Clara Gordon Bow on the 29th of July 1905 in Prospect Heights, Brooklyn. There is a dispute about her birth year, but it is generally thought she was born in 1905, even though her plaque on her wall crypt has the year 1907. Her mother was Sarah Frances Bow. Her maiden name was Gordon. Her father was Robert Walter Bow. She was her parents' third child. She had two older sisters who had died in infancy. Clara had a rough, impoverished upbringing. There wasn't enough money or food. She looked after her mother, who suffered from epileptic seizures due to an accident when she had fallen from a window. She was diagnosed with psychosis due to epilepsy. Her mother treated her badly, and one night in February 1922, Clara woke up to find her mother holding a butcher knife to her throat. She was able to get away from her and locked her in a room. Apparently in the morning she couldn't remember doing it, and Clara's father had her committed to a mental health facility. According to David Stenn, who wrote the book Clara Bow, Running Wild, Clara's father was abusive to her as well. She was also bullied because of the state of her clothes. They were worn and old, and because of her carrot top hair. Clara was a tomboy. She was interested in sports and planned to be an athletics instructor. She told an interviewer that she had won 5 medals on the cinder tracks. A cinder track is a type of racetrack for track and field events and horse racing. Its surface is made from cinders. Clara's cousin was Homer Baker, who was an athlete. He was the US champion for the half mile in 1913 and 1914. He was also the British champion for the 880 yards in 1914 and the world record holder for the 660 yards. He helped her in her sporting pursuits. Clara was a fan of the movies and decided it was the career for her. She entered the Fame and Fortune competition in 1921, run by a magazine, which involved acting screen tests, and won it. Here is her photo for the competition. This led to her first movie role in the 1922 film Beyond the Rainbow. Her scenes were cut. After Clara became a star, her scenes were put back into the movie and it was re-released. Director Elmer Clifton cast her in the movie Down to the Sea in Ships, which was released in 1922. The role was for a tomboy. It was perfect for her. This led to more movie roles. She signed a contract with Preferred Pictures. She was lent out to First National Pictures to co-star in Black Oxen. She played the role of a high society flapper. It was her breakthrough role and she received great reviews. The movie Wine, 1924, was Clara's first starring role. It was a Universal Pictures film and is classed as a lost film. At Preferred Pictures, run by B.P. Schulberg, Clara was being exploited. A newspaper article in the Toledo Newsbee in 1926 reads, "Clara Bow, movie actress, who is a real crush at the present, has just signed a full-year contract with famous Players Lasky." This was renamed Paramount Pictures. Her salary will start at $1,700 a week and advance yearly to $4,000. At the expiration of the contract, Clara says she will retire from pictures and write fiction. B.P. Schulberg signed Clara a few years ago to a contract paying her $250 a week. He rented Clara to producers for sums ranging from $1,500 to $2,000 a week. Clara's first boyfriend was Arthur Jacobson. He followed her out to Hollywood and was employed by Preferred Pictures as a cameraman. Clara also brought out her father. The three of them lived together at 1714 North Kingsley Drive in Hollywood. Here she is with her father. In an article for the Los Angeles Times, journalist Alma Whitaker visited Clara at the house. Arthur is referred to as her brother. Apparently, according to Arthur, when BP Schulberg found out she was living with him, he fired Arthur because if the news had got out, it would cause a scandal. When Clara found out he had been fired, she sought BP out, tore up her contract and threw it in his face, and told him he couldn't control her private life. Her last movie for Preferred Pictures was the 1925 film The Plastic Age, which was a huge hit. Her co-star was Gilbert Rowland, and they dated in real life and became engaged. Clara made 46 silent movies and 11 talkies. Her career skyrocketed in the mid-1920s. Her ability to convey emotion without dialogue made her a perfect fit for silent films. Clara's expressive face and dynamic performances resonated with audiences, earning her the nickname the Brooklyn Bonfire due to her fiery presence on screen. Another interesting fact is that Clara was able to cry on cue. Do you think she summoned up horrible thoughts of her childhood in order to do this? She signed up with Paramount Pictures and made hits such as Dancing Mothers in 1926, Man Trap in 1926, and Kid Boots also in 1926. Her big hit was the movie called It in 1927, which gave her worldwide fame. The movie was based on Eleanor Glynn's novella. The film depicted Clara as a department store worker who possesses an irresistible charm referred to as It. Clara became known as the It Girl. Her vibrant and carefree persona embodied the spirit of the 1920s, making her a cultural icon. Clara has a unique place in history because she starred in the 1927 film Wings, which won the first Academy Award for Best Picture in 1929. It is also the only silent film to win that award. It has a great tracking shot where the camera passes between people sitting at tables in a row. A fun fact is that Clara discovered Gary Cooper. She helped him with his career and became romantically involved with him. She secured him a cameo role in It. She also got him the male leading role in her movie Children of Divorce in 1927 and a part in Wings. Here they are in Children of Divorce. She disliked her role in Wings, however. She was quoted as saying, "It's a man's picture and I'm just the whipped cream on top of the pie." At the height of her fame, she apparently received more than 45,000 fan letters in 1 month in January 1929. The advent of sound in cinema posed a challenge for many silent film stars, but Clara managed to navigate the transition. Her first talkie, The Wild Party in 1929, showcased her adaptability and proved her voice was as captivating as her silent performances. Despite initial fears about how her Brooklyn accent would be received, Clara's talent allowed her to continue her successful career in talking pictures. She was the top box office star of 1928 and 1929. Clara went to see Bela Lugosi in the play Dracula at the Biltmore Theatre to see how he performed his lines. He didn't know English and had learnt his lines by rote and by using cues from the other actors. He also had a Hungarian accent, and she had been worrying about how her Brooklyn accent would sound in the talkies. She met him backstage and they became romantically involved. After their relationship ended, Bela commissioned Hungarian artist Géza Kenda to paint a nude portrait of Clara. The general consensus is that Clara didn't pose for it, but that Bela had asked for it to be in Clara's likeness. A little bit of movie trivia is that Clara wasn't used to acting with microphones and moved about when she was acting. During the making of her first talkie, The Wild Party, director Dorothy Osner used a fish pole microphone to record her words as she moved around the set. It is thought that she may have been the first person to devise this, so it was like a boom mic. Here they are on the set. A fun fact is that in the 1930 movie Paramount on Parade, Clara sings in the True to the Navy musical number. Betty Boop, the cartoon character, was created for Max Fleischer. The animated Betty Boop film series was produced by Fleischer Studios and distributed through Paramount Pictures. She was drawn by the artist Grim Natwick as a 1920s jazz age flapper. Clara Bow was thought to be the model for Betty Boop, but it is actually modelled on singer and actress Helen Kahn. Helen filed a lawsuit against Max Fleischer and Paramount Studios for $250,000 for using her image, but she didn't win as she couldn't prove her look and singing style was unique. Clara Bow looked like Helen. Grim Natwick later admitted that he had based it on Helen, and in the first Betty Boop cartoon, Dizzy Dishes, he had copied Helen Kahn, who had made the phrase "boo boop doop" famous. Another fun fact is that Clara's fans copied her application of red lipstick and the making of a Cupid's bow shape on the top lip. A court case in 1931 affected Clara Bow's career. She had hired Daisy DeVoe as her secretary. She had tried to blackmail Clara by saying she would expose secrets about her private life if she didn't pay her $125,000. Clara didn't pay her. Daisy then stole jewellery and money and letters, including love letters from Clara. Here is Clara at the grand jury room doors. Daisy's attorney Nathan O'Friedman brought the personal papers into the trial, and Clara's spending habits and lifestyle was discussed. Daisy ended up being convicted on one of the several counts of grand theft and served 8 months of an 18-month prison term. The drama didn't end. Daisy wrote an appalling pamphlet called Secret Love Life of Clara as Told by Daisy to Frederick H. Gurnew. Daisy claimed that Clara slept with everything that moved, had a disease and was addicted to alcohol and drugs. Frederick was then sentenced to 8 years in jail because he had sent the pamphlet through the mail service and it contained graphic, distasteful material. Clara suffered a nervous breakdown and had to be hospitalised. She left the movies in 1931. However, she came back and made 2 movies for Fox. Call Her Savage in 1932 and Hoopla in 1933, which was her final movie. She had had enough of being in the spotlight and making movies. She had married actor Rex Bell in 1931, with whom she had 2 sons, Rex Jr. and George. She retreated to his ranch, Walking Box Ranch, in Nevada. In 1937, they opened the It Cafe in the Hollywood Plaza Hotel at 1637 North Vine Street. They sold it the following year. Clara suffered with anxiety and became reclusive. Rex became involved in politics. Clara apparently tried to end it all with pills in 1944. She didn't want to have a public life again. They split up but didn't divorce. Clara lived alone with a nurse. Rex became the Lieutenant Governor of Nevada from 1955 to 1962, the year of his death. He died of a heart attack at the age of 58. Clara died from a heart attack on the 27th of September 1965 at the age of 60. According to the Nitrateville website, she died at her house at 12214 Anita Street in Culver City. According to the David Stenn biography, she was watching a late movie on TV when she died. It was the 1929 Gary Cooper movie, The Virginian. The only other person there was a nurse. Taylor Swift recorded a song called Clara Bow, which has given her a new fan base. She was buried with Rex in a wall crypt in the Freedom Mausoleum, Sanctuary of Heritage, at Forest Lawn Memorial Park Cemetery, Glendale, California. This is my photograph which I took in 2000. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. She was amazing, wasn't she? It's really sad that she ended up just living on her own away from Rex. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!